Okay. Next caller, you're on the air.
Hi, this is Curtis. I wanted to talk to Miss Parent about a couple of things.
Yes.
I watch your show that y'all present every once in a while on Access. I guess it's a 30-minute or maybe even an hour-long show. And there's a couple of things about it that I find kind of curious.
Mm-hmm.
After the Elohim come, or whatever's going to happen, are we all going to sport around in those robes like Rael wears?
Rael doesn't wear a robe.
He wears that white garment?
This is him. This is this fellow
yes,
right here.
Yes.
This is. You want to get a close up of this, or do you?
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
all right,
you
we'll
can
get it.
show.
This is. You claim this fella then is what's his role in all? He's
the last messenger sent by the Elohim, and his mission is to demystify and explain scientifically the truth about our origin that all the prophets explained before, but had to explain it adapted to the people on their time.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
And people dress the way they want. I mean, if somebody wants to wear a robe, it's their choice. But actually, right now, Rael doesn't wear a robe.
Okay.
Unless he's going out of his shower, I don't know.
The other brief thing was about half the time when they zoom in on your picture here, the UFO that's behind you, or the flying saucer, looks like a pair of horns coming out of your head. So, the connection with Satan there is pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah, it does. We're looking at it, yeah.
So, I hope everybody pays
nice.
attention to that.
It's
So, good night.
original.
Thanks. Hey, that is a lot of work for that drawing.
Yes.
Whether anybody agrees with it or not, or I'm just saying it is a lot of work in the drawing. Okay, next caller, you're on the air.
Hi.
Hi.
Happy New Year.
Thank you.
So, basically, your religion, I guess it's a religion, is
Yes.
basically just total anti-Bible. Because, the Bible wasn't written after Jesus. In fact, most of it was written 4,000 years before him, when Moses was there. That's when most of the Old Testament started being written.
Mm-hmm.
Past that time. And there was, lots of prophets living together at the same time. People used to prophesize in groups. None of them mentioned anything you're talking about. All the prophecies in the Bible led up to Jesus and Jesus coming back. Even Muhammad, none of that stuff was in the Bible. Jesus was the last one, and he's coming back to take over the earth. So the only point I'm trying to make is, if you're saying something different, then it's not harmonious with what the Bible is saying. So you basically have a religion that was written by that guy. Is that true? I mean, who defined? I saw one of your shows on TV here where they were all sitting around a table eating dinner, and they said, "You go to Earth and go do this," and they zapped them off the picture and they went flying to the Earth. Who wrote that? Who decided that's what was happening?
I don't remember that.
Well,
show.
there's a show on one of these channels where all the Elohims are sitting around eating. They all had blonde hair.
She probably didn't get a chance to see that. She lives in Florida.
Well, even the all the stuff you're talking about.
No, it's something else that has nothing to do with us. Jesus in the Bible announced that it's going to be somebody else after him that will come to tell the truth. And if you read your Bible properly, he didn't say he was the last one. He announced somebody else. The Paraclete is called the Paraclete.
The other point is, I basically think Lucifer's a dork. For one.
Well, okay.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi. Yeah, there are people on this planet who are still faithful to Yahweh. I'd say that Jesus was his son, and I think that first will come. And if anybody was the Paraclete or whatever you're saying, I think it was Mohammed. And he talks of the Antichrist too, and he talks about these times and one coming first who is a great deceiver, abomination of desolation, standing on Mount Zion and proclaiming himself God. Okay, now Yahweh is faithful to his people. He never has wanted to destroy his people. There is a war going on. It's going on here on earth and up in heaven. And basically Yahweh's dudes are coming to kick some butt and take some names. And we're going to see it all happen here not too far in the future.
I have to see. That's kind of where my position is on all this, Marie Ellen. Is that the Antichrist forces are in complete control of this world right now.
Well, it is in control of this world.
So anybody that's righteous on any front is I think they're very much the minority.
Yeah, I think the responsibility that this world doesn't go well, it's not on any force outside of ourselves. We create everything which is on this planet. The human being, the society, we are responsible for the mess we are in. Nobody else. There is no Antichrist coming and doing that to us. We are responsible. I think it's the first step.
Well, let me ask you. You've talked about these bankers, these world bankers. Now, now maybe the people are responsible for the fact that they have allowed themselves to fall victim to them. But the fact is, these people, these ones that create and finance wars and whatnot, they are in fact perpetrating their system.
Yeah, but they're human beings. They're human beings like you and me.
Yes, they're human beings, but they're still. I mean, whatever religion they would. I mean, you're talking about wicked people here.
Yes, there is wicked people everywhere. But the wicked people, don't forget, we are responsible for that. The humanity created those people. Hitler, as an example, is the result of a whole humanity, a thinking of a whole humanity. The events create the man. It's not the man that creates the event. With all that we do, we create those people. With the education that we give to our children, the value that we give to our children, we are responsible. We cannot put the blame only on the people who are bad and do bad things, because we are responsible in a way of the way they are. All of us.
I agree with that.
All of us.
I agree with that.
You know, it's very easy to point the finger.
Wouldn't be ruling over us and doing this stuff if
they would have had a good education.
Or if we would have kept them in line.
Yes, well, sure, anything. But I mean, we were especially like Hitler had a mother and a father. Which kind of education he had to be that kind of evil person? It's just an example, but he got an education that brought him to be like that. So we are responsible. We are responsible to let movies that are aggressive to be on TV, that will engender aggressive people later, maybe another Hitler. We are responsible of that. It's too easy to point out the finger and say it's his fault. It's all our fault. And we have part to play in this humanity to make it better. It's too easy to sit back and say, well, it's the Antichrist who does everything bad, I'm not doing anything bad. But are you doing something good? Are you bringing something good in this humanity? What do you do? What do we, each of us, do to bring something good, positive to this humanity? It's too easy to say it's the fault of the society, it's the fault of the government. It's all our fault. We are responsible for our happiness, we are responsible for our sadness, we are responsible for all the emotion we have for what's happening in our life, 100%.
Okay, we're visiting, in case you just joined us, we're visiting with Marie Helen Parent.
Yes,
hey.
You got it.
She's a Raelian priest. And next caller, you're on the air.
Hold on.
Hello?
Hello?
Hi.
Yes, I wanted to thank Alex for calling in tonight. I 100% agree with his point of view. I do feel that this is a total diversion to what we are trying to accomplish with this program. And that's about all I have to say.
What do you try to accomplish with this program, Jeff? Tell me.
Basically, we would classify this program as what some would label as a patriot program, meaning that that we don't want to sacrifice the United States of America to a new world order. Meaning we don't want to give up U.S. sovereignty to a World Trade Organization, to the United Nations, to these what I would call the people who control this system. There are different front organizations.
So I fit right in.
You fit.
Yes, because I don't agree. I agree with you.
You don't. Oh, okay. Well, then there you go. Then so that's
Yes.
so you don't support that either, then, right?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Enough. Then. Next caller, you're on the air.
Hello?
Hi.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that either this lady is extremely ignorant about...
Well, do you mind these types of calls, or we really don't need personal ones?
Well, it's a lack of respect.
I'm not trying to be personal, but it's either got to be ignorance or the lady is outright liar, because some of the things she said, like the spirit of Antichrist, which is alive and well in the world, it has been for a number of years, she says it means before Christ. Well, Scripture plainly shows that that's not what the meaning of it is. It's instead of Christ. And any spirit that's trying to preach any other gospel other than Jesus Christ is the spirit of Antichrist. And it's talked about in the last days in Revelation, Antichrist and all of these teachings that'll be common in the last days. And as far as these extraterrestrials and everything, this is a very popular thing in this day, especially. And people are looking for answers to the world's problems and the new world order and all this and that. And these are not answers. These are not truths. These are lies.
But ask me question,
people.
I can give you answer, because
Okay.
since I'm here, everybody talk about Antichrist and they go on and on and on. But ask me any question, and maybe I can give you the answer that are in the book, which is a very full of answers that I didn't give maybe just a little tiny pieces tonight, because it depends on the question I have.
Well, it's not a question.
It's always the same question, the same statement.
Yeah, it's not a question. It's the statements you're making that are not true. I'm just trying to bring out the other side of what the Scripture says, because the things you're saying are not true. You said that there's someone coming later that is going to tell us the truth.
Yes.
Well, that denotes, or that intimates that Jesus Christ was a liar, because he said, "I am the truth."
He was the truth for his time when he
he
was
said,
talking,
yes,
but he's not a liar.
He
and
also
he announced he announced that somebody else after him will come to tell the truth. And I cannot state the place in the Bible where it's said, but if you read the Bible, you're going to read that.
I know the Bible.
Well, read it again, because it's written in the Bible. It is called the Paraclete.
He said that there will be another. He said there will be another that will come in his own name.
And he will tell the truth.
And the people would believe him.
And I'm going to tell you a little bit more.
But he didn't say he would tell the truth. He said it would be a lie.
No. He said this person will come, and his name he would be the Paraclete that will bring the truth, and the mystery of God will be over. It's written exactly like this in the Bible.
Yeah, I know what it's written like.
Yes. And so...
To the militia.
But he said that there would be a strong delusion that would come upon the people, and that they would choose to believe a lie rather than the truth. And
maybe you are living in a lie.
No, I know the truth. I know Jesus Christ.
You were there when he was here? You listened to him?
I'm here now, and he's still here. See, he said he was from the beginning, and Jesus wasn't just for that time that he walked on the planet. He said he was in the beginning, and he will be in the end. I mean, he's always been Jesus Christ, the same yesterday, today, and forever.
Yeah, because he's eternal. He lives on the planet of the Elohim. He's kept alive with the scientific. That's how we can be alive. It's the Elohim has that scientific knowledge that with cloning, that's something we can understand, because we know how it works. To take one cell of your body, you can recreate the entire personality and body of
well,
this
Jesus
person.
is part of the Elohim.
And that's how they they keep all the prophet alive, eternal on their planet by this scientific knowledge that they have. And if you deserve to be recreated when you die, if you deserve eternity with after the last judgment, that's how they keep you alive scientifically. Because when you die, there is no, because the soul, the people what call the soul that people have, is the DNA. We are made, Jesus was saying that we are made of dust, of a handful of dust, and we're going to go back to dust. What he meant is that the way we are created, we created from inert matter from the earth, with the DNA, which is matter too, but that matter has a specific function that it's like it creates blueprints of the inner matter, and that's what makes you blue eyes, beautiful, gorgeous man, and all this. That's what the DNA is all about.
Well, if the DNA is the soul,
well, I'm really not going to refute any of that.
if the DNA is
So
the soul,
that's
which
the
you just
soul.
said,
That's the soul of human being. But when you die, this DNA is programmed in itself to it's programmed to organize the unorganized matter, and after a certain time, like we are programmed to live about 120 years old if we would be healthy. After that, the matter goes back to the unorganized state in the earth, and that's it. So you are alive for a short period of time. You become aware of the infinity. You are infinity becoming aware of yourself. That's what life is all about, that little period of time. And if the science do something about it, then you were created and you can be eternal if you deserve it, like in the Last Judgment. It's what it's written. And we are followed all our life. We know, the Elohim knows, they listen to us right now. They know, well, they're probably not sitting there and listening, but they know, they can know what we're talking, they can know what you're thinking, what I'm thinking. They know everything for every human beings on this planet, because we have different vibe, different vibration, and in those vibrations, all we think, all we do, is coded in those waves. And they have kind of a big computer. I try to explain in very simple words so we can all understand. They have like big computers and kept all those vibrations from everybody, and they know everything of a person from when he's born until he dies. And then they can judge if that person deserves to be recreated.
What's your opinion on the organized religion then? I mean, do you have
like the big religion, like Catholicism, Baptism. It all comes from the same place, like I said. And a religion means it's important to study etymology, to understand what a word means. And religion comes from religare, the Latin word, which means a link between the people and a link with your Creator. And to have a link between the people, it's important to be organized. Like if you want to achieve a goal, like for the Raelians as an example, the Raelian Church, it's if we all believe in it, but we're all over the place without organizing to have an interview tonight with you, nothing will happen. We will never build an embassy if we're not organized to do it. We have to put our strength together to achieve our goal. And we want to change the whole planet. We want to make this world a better world. It's a big task, very big task. So it's important that we are working together as a team towards the same direction. And the Catholic did the same thing with the word of Jesus. You know, they built a huge church. They succeeded their mission, but they had to get organized to get there.
I had to do this. Okay. Next caller, you're on the air. I get criticized.
Hello?
You're on the air, caller.
Hello.
Hi.
I have a question. When you were talking about building the embassy in Jerusalem, can you hear me?
Yes, I
can.
do.
Well, you were just answering some of my questions, but you're going to get organized to build the embassy in Jerusalem, right?
Or near Jerusalem, or it depends how Israel will react. If they accept to give a land with extraterritoriality where we can build that embassy.
But it's destined to happen according to you, right? It's gonna
Yes,
happen.
it will happen. It might not be in Jerusalem or near Jerusalem. It might be somewhere else, depending on the reaction of the people from Israel.
Okay, my next question is, if when they do come and not everybody accepts them or whatever, they turn away from them, what's going to happen to those people that don't believe in them or refuse to, do they want us to follow them then, or what do they want from us after that, after they come and meet us?
They don't want anything from us. They love us. They're our parents from space. They created us. We are their children. They want the best for us. They want to come because we have something to have from them. They have nothing to have from us.
Right.
We have everything to learn from them. We have the scientific advance they have, we can have from them. Their wisdom, we can learn so much from them. If they come, it's because they want to give us a gift. They don't expect anything from us.
Okay.
And when they come, a lot of people who are not ready for this will go into big trauma, because it's going to be a big change, and that's why it's important. That's why they appear all the time, everywhere. It's said in the Bible that in the time of Revelation, of the apocalypse, there will be a lot of sign in the sky,
Right.
and the sign in the sky, it's the apparition of UFO everywhere, so they can, the population can be prepared to that, because it's going to be a big shock when they come, big shock.
Right.
And we have to be prepared mentally and physically to have a place for them, and what we want is that we spread this message as much as we can everywhere, because we want at least people know about it. You don't have to agree, but you'll know. And when they come, you say, ah, I remember. I heard it.
Right.
And I thought it was crazy. I thought it was, yeah, quite interesting. But you had an opinion, but one day you will have the fact, because they will come.
Okay. Did I understand you to also say that the Raelians, they believe in a last judgment?
Yes.
And are the Elohim going to be the one to judge everyone?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Well, that was
Yes, because they won't recreate somebody who is miserable, who don't have fun, who don't like life. Why would it would be a torture for that person to recreate him for eternity, to be miserable for eternity?
That's one thing. Nobody can fault me for say that I don't get enough fun in my life. Maybe I'm one of them. You're on the air, caller. Hey, we're having fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, how y'all doing?
Good. You?
Hi.
Doing pretty good. Have you ever seen an alien?
You're talking to Jeff now, huh?
No, I'm talking to you.
No, I've never seen one. So
No, I haven't.
You haven't? So you're kind of taking Rael, is that his name? Your
Rael.
leader? Rael. You're taking his word on it, right?
Well, you really have to read the book to understand that what his messages are very, very logical and make you understand things. And it's like if my life was, if I take my example, was like a big puzzle, a lot of pieces everywhere. And when I read the message, it put everything together. It like makes sense. For once in my life, everything makes sense. Everything in my life makes sense because of this. So it's not like I take his word and I believe and I don't understand. When I read the book, and all the Raelians who read the book, it's like all of a sudden you understand something, and it's inside. It's something that lives there. It's like if the message were there even before I read the book, and when I read the book I recognized it. It was there already. And I don't need to see extraterrestrial or aliens to understand that there is no way in this universe that we can be alone. It's impossible. It's infinite. It would be very, very looking at our belly button to see that we are the only one in this universe. There is an infinity and for me it makes sense to. Before Rael's messages, there was two possibilities of how we came on this planet. Only two. God sitting on a cloud with his magic stick and created everything in 6 days. Does it make sense to you? And then the evolution, that we come from a monkey, that our grandfather is a monkey, that we evolve and with everything that there is in nature. I live in a place where there is a lot of nature and butterflies, and you see Donna has at her place a peacock. You call it peacock? It is so beautiful. The color. How can evolution create something like that? Impossible. You can put letters in a bag and shake it for millions of years. It will never make a dictionary. Never. It doesn't happen like this. So that was the two possibility. Okay. Doesn't make sense. And now there is this third possibility that we have been created by human being like us in laboratory, scientifically with the DNA. That, for me, that made so much sense. A lot more than those two possibilities.
Well, who created these people that created
Finally,
these?
A good question.
Well, I haven't studied this subject very much, I have to admit that. So then who created these people?
The Elohim were created by another races from another planet. And it's the eternal cycle of creation. They were created by other human beings, they created us, and soon we will create other human beings on another planet somewhere. It's in our gene to perpetuate life in the universe. We're like a virus, want to perpetuate our lives everywhere in this big being. And it's in ourselves. There is no beginning. It's very hard to conceive that and understand that, because we think always that there is a beginning. But if you think that there is a beginning, means that somebody that comes from nothing, like nothing were there, the Mr. Nothing was there, because if it's something, there is matter, and that matter come from somewhere, has to be a beginning. But if there is a beginning, means that something were created from nothing. It's impossible. Means that the matter always existed. Because for me, it's less trouble in my mind to think that there is a beginning, but because it's impossible to think there is a beginning. When you make a cake, you cannot make a cake without flour, without this and this and this. You need ingredients, you need matter to create something. And to create human beings, you need matter. And where that matter comes from. If you imagine that there is a beginning of it, means that it has been created from nothing. So there is no beginning. We come from human beings, and those human beings come from other human beings eternally. That's the infinity. That's what the symbol represents. The infinity in cycle, in time and space.
Well, Marie Helen Parent, I'm going to give it. We have to wrap this up. First off, I want to just ask you, what do you got to do to become a Raelian priest? You got to go through some course or something, or how do you become a certified Raelian priest?
Well, we have seminars.
Because I know you have a little entourage with you here today. Are these people also vying to be Raelian priests, or are they under your study? Or
there is different stage, and I know Donna is a level 3, which is assistant guide, and it's by attending a lot of seminars and growing, awakening your consciousness. And Rael chooses his priest and his bishop to work with. This fellow's
still alive?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, he's alive. Yeah.
And finally, do you all have a number or a P.O. box or something you'd like to get?
Yes.
Get mentioned
the phone number is.
Are we ready?
Yeah, it's on TV. No, it's yours, Jeff, isn't it?
No, that's television.
Okay, what's your number? 473. 7115.
Give them to that kid.
Yeah, it's going to be written on the screen. It's a voicemail, so please leave your phone number. We will call you back.
You can meet her at library meetings.
And I think they will put on the screen.
Well,
yeah, they will put on the screen all the because I'm here to give lectures all week in the libraries, and the first one will be tomorrow night. And I think they were supposed to put that on the screen. I don't exactly know where it is. It's in my purse, actually, somewhere. But they're going to write it down before the end where it's going to be. And then we're going to show a video. We will answer more questions. We can discuss.
You mean at your seminar? Or your
for the lecture here this week we're going to have. And on Sunday...
Where's the one that you hit? So you okay. I guess they're going to put up slate on that.
Yes, and Sunday, this Sunday coming up, we will have on Sunday morning, we're going to have a meditation. I will guide a meditation to teach people how the central meditation is done. So, for the one who are interested to know what is the central meditation, they are welcome to come. Everything's free. Could you tell Donna to bring Linda? Could you tell Donna to bring the poster with because I don't know which
right
library.
There's the number.
Yes, wonderful. Thank you, Mike.
Okay, there's the number there for.
Yes.
Now that's the kind of local coordinator for the Raelian movement.
Yes, Donna. It's Donna Grabo that answered those call. And tomorrow night at 7 o'clock, it's at the Pleasant Hill Library in Austin. And then on Thursday, 7 o'clock, Little Walnut Creek Library in Austin too. And Saturday at 12:30, it's going to be at the Austin History Center, 810 Guadalupe Street. So if you didn't have time to catch all this, you can always call at the number you just saw. And for the people who want information, we are on the internet. So it's you have to help me in English. I don't know how to say that.
I'm a metal midget on this. HTTP. I guess anybody that knows computers knows that. And then that semicolon / www. Rael.
For Rael, yes.
.org.
Yes, and if you browse on the internet, you can even just write Raelian, Raelian, and all the page will appear to you, and you have more information of what it's all about.
We could get the number up. Okay, right there's the number. That's the right number, Donna. That's the right number. The one that's
Is
up
it the
there.
right number?
That's my number, yes.
Yes.
That's the number for information on these seminars or anything else?
Yeah, free library lectures this week.
Okay, 473-7115. I've got to admit it's been very fun. You said it would be fun, and it's been fun.
Yes, I'm
I
glad
didn't know
you're
you
happy.
Be as cute as they were, though. All right. Go ahead, if you will. First off, I want to thank you for being on the program.
I want to thank you to welcome me
I really
here.
do appreciate you coming on.
Thank you.
Go ahead, and if you would, just give a closing comment or something, anything that you haven't said that you'd like to say. Go ahead, and if you would, just tell the viewers out there.
Yeah, I'd like just to invite people to open up more on everything in life, because we have been educated, we have been programmed, and how much of you is you? I think it's the question. Is it because you have been programmed and educated to believe in a certain tradition and values that it is what you are really and what's good for you? So I don't think it would hurt anybody just to open up and have a newer look on everything and try to learn, try to put your hands on everything new and make your mind work, and you'll see that you'll find new things and you'll discover new things about yourself that you didn't know before. And you're all welcome to come and meet me at those lectures this week, and it's going to be a pleasure for me to answer your question as much as I can. And on Sunday morning, if you want to come meditate, then it's very good to learn to be in harmony with yourself and others.
I made this for you, Jeff.
Oh,
Thanks for having us on the show.
Thank you very much. I
yeah.
just was presented with something. I don't know what it is, but
It's a symbol. She does
what
that.
Is that exactly?
That's a symbol of infinity.
Oh.
With a little bird and a little UFO here.
And you can hang it on your wall with the hook on the
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate that. I always like to receive things. I got an autographed picture of John Wayne about 2 months back.
Wow.
Well, it wasn't John Wayne himself, but it was a friend of John Wayne's who gave.
And he gave it to you?
Okay. Anyway, appreciate that, John. Okay. Anyway, I hate to. Actually, if you're back in town, give us a call and we'll see about getting you back on.
Yes, maybe next year I'll come back. Yeah. But I try to come when it's warmer.
Yeah.
It's too cold. freezing.
Yeah, it
Ah, la
is.
la la la. Yes.
Again, I do appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, let's go to our. We got. Wait, by the way, I don't know if you saw our new lead-in. It had all different types of. I'm very proud of our new lead-in, folks. And when we come
Yes,
back,
it's good.
we're going to be back visiting with Charlie Waits, a local radio talk personality. He calls in. He used to call in on all of them. Now I guess he's been silenced on a few of them. But anyway, we'll be back. It'll be about 7-8 minutes, and for some more phone calls. And once again, I do appreciate it.
Jeff, wonderful.
Thank you. We'll see you back, Austin.
I see you.